Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. So, it's a day that ends in Y, which means Tucker Carlson is trending because he said something ridiculous on his show. This one's a little, I won't say it's unexpected, but this one was pretty bold and felt like I should make a video about what he said. If you're not familiar, he's trending right now because on his show he brought up Pete Buttigieg being on paternity leave. So adopted a kid, I think it was in August, and on paternity leave, taking care of the kid. And Tucker Carlson said something about he's been trying to learn how to breastfeed. That's why he's on paternity leave. As if breastfeeding is all that entails raising a child. Now, I've seen plenty of people comment on that saying that it's homophobic. Pete Buttigieg is married to another man. They adopted a child together. You could say that, sure, fine. I mean, I would get where you're coming from. Um, I wouldn't. To me, it seems, as weird as it sounds, almost misandrist to imply that a man could not raise a child, that only a woman could raise a child, or that breastfeeding is an integral part. Without that, you cannot raise a child. I think that's crazy. Um, Even like you can look at studies of things like that, and anytime they bring up child raising, it's always about two parent households. It's very rarely any negative kind of connotations with who the parents are. It's just that there are two parents in the household, which makes sense. You have more than one person looking after this child, can make sure that they're taken care of. And I mean, Pete Buttigieg has money. I don't doubt that he could afford, a nanny to take care of his kid, but why is there a problem with a man raising his child? What's the deal with that? If he wants to, let him do it. The thing that really irks me about it is the idea that paternity leave is a bad thing. Why? It's raise your kids. Wouldn't you rather someone actually raise their child than just hand it off to someone else to do it for them? I think that paternity leave is a good I think just parental leave is a good idea. We don't need to gender parental leave. Let parents raise their kids. Personally, I don't have any kids. The only time that I've come close to raising anything is animals, and I went and chose, picked a day, went to adopt the cat that I have now. And even then, after planning everything, knowing the day we're going, picking everything up, still get home and realize you forget something. You got to go get it. Now make that a whole human child. And this wasn't an accidental kid. Like they adopted a child. They chose, picked a day, everything's fine, but people are we're hard to raise. And I think it's good to allow a parent to stay at home in those early days to make sure that everything's fine with their kid. Being a man or woman doesn't matter in that situation. It's your child. Whether it's an adopted child or your birth child, that's your kid. You need to raise it. Him being on paternity leave doesn't bother me. I think we should extend that to every parent in this country. I don't have kids and I'm willing to pay more taxes so parents can raise their kids. I think we should all be willing to do that. And it being a man and a man in a relationship who adopt a child, yes, they should both have paternity leave. They should both be allowed to stay at home and raise their child in those early days. And as a country, we should be willing to assist them with that. We all conservative heads always talk about how children are the future. So prove it. Prove that that's what you mean. It doesn't matter that he went on paternity leave. That should just be normal for all of us to do. But let me know what you think. If you don't think parents should be able to be on paternity leave, if it's only maternity for you, I don't agree with you, but let me know why you think that.